The world has become competitive, and being competitive is encouraged, which is so dangerous. Societies are trying to mold us, shape us according to what they think is right wrong, according to their own biases, prejudices, according to their own imperfections, not letting the life within us to come up, flower, blossom. Everybody is ready to preach us, tell us how we should live our life. I'm not saying one should not listen to others. All I'm saying is we must have questions and doubts about what is being said to us so that we for ourselves find out the truth. See what is involved in competitions. You are fighting with others and perhaps with yourself too, trying to be better than others, running after those silly awards and medals, first, second, third. See what is involved in all this: jealousies, anxieties, feeling envy, grudges towards each other, anger, insecurities, fear, fear of losing, frustrated, irritated if you lose, pride, arrogance when you win, and so on. When we compete, we suffer. Seeing the danger of comparisons, competitions, can our mind stop doing it? Not to compete, not to compare psychologically, inwardly. Therefore, a mind which is free from struggles fights battle within. A mind which is free from competitions, comparisons, such a mind does not have any influence, is free from any motivation. Such a mind does not have any heroes, heroines, idols, people one looks up to. Therefore, no authority psychologically. See the danger of it. When one has any authority psychologically, then one merely believes it, follows it. Therefore, there is no freedom in authority. A mind which is free from any authority, influence, has freedom. Freedom to investigate, inquire into the matters of life, any matter. Seeing the truth for oneself, not depending upon anybody psychologically. One should not get motivated, influenced, impressed by anybody because motivation doesn't last long. One should not have any heroes, heroines, idols. Why do you need them? Because you think somebody else is better than you. Somebody else is perfect and you are not. Somebody else is enlightened and you are not, which is all nonsense. So you idolize and make them your guru, teacher, the so-called babas, and follow their instructions. How do you know they are free from the problems of life? They may claim they are free, but how do you know? Can you get inside any person and find out what is actually taking place? You idolize because you compare yourself with others. Where there is comparison, there is conflict, contradiction within, and we suffer. When we see the danger of it, can our mind stop doing it? Stop comparing itself with anybody. And when there is no comparison, you don't look up to anybody. Nobody is your hero, heroine, idol. That does not mean there is arrogance within. self-centered pompousness. I am only great man or woman. None of those things. On the contrary, there is humility. So I don't compare myself with anyone. I may be bad at something and you may be good at it. The society might say, look, there is some great noble man, become like him. But I don't compare. Then what happens? What am I? If I don't compare, if I don't become, then what remains? What am I? I am what I am, right? I hope you get it. When I stay with a fact, truth, fact never makes me uneasy, never makes me suffer. It is the process of moving away from fact, running away from fact, escaping from it, the process of becoming that makes me suffer. Because in that process, I struggle, I fight inwardly. So I'm bad at something and I stay with that fact and I don't suffer. You might be Einstein or Nikola Tesla, very highly intellectual, have photographic memory, and I don't, which is a fact. And I have no problem with that. I am saying this with humility, not arrogance. So, when you compare yourself with others, get impressed by others, that other, however great, noble he or she may be, you are being violent. When you compare, when you compete, that's violence. When one tries to move away from a fact, truth, that's violence. Minds which don't fight, struggle inwardly, which are at complete ease with themselves, they don't create mess in the world. On the other hand, it is the people who are fighting, struggling for something or the other inwardly, for their petty little ambitions, for money, power, position, and so on. They are the ones who are creating mess in the world. So, violence is not just beating somebody, killing, rapes, crimes. Of course, that's violence too, gross form. But all this is very subtle form of violence. When you compare, compete, that's violence. When you belong to one particular nation, a religion, that's violence too. Because then you are separating yourself from other human beings. There is division. You are separating yourself from humanity. Where there is division, there is violence. Division, division breeds violence. So violence hides in many subtle forms: nagging, possessiveness, dominating the other, aggressive staring, some gestures, aggression, which is so glamorized, glorified at present times. All that is also violence. Therefore, no comparison, no competitions, no heroes, no heroines, no idols, no motivations. A mind which is free from influence of all kinds. because we know for a fact that we are not different from other human beings. We are neither more important nor less important than other human beings. So, what is the necessity to compare? I don't need anybody's certificate about how I am, how I should live my life. Again, I'm saying this with humility, not arrogance. Does that mean one should do whatever one likes to do? Of course not. Otherwise, some people would say, we will do whatever we like to do and create mess in the world. That's not freedom. Freedom comes with responsibility, seeing the implications, impacts, effects of my actions, and acting responsibly out of one's care for others and the world. So, when the mind is free from competitions, comparisons, then outward situations don't matter, whether one is rich or poor, beautiful or not beautiful, staying in a very small place, a village or a city, and so on, so on. Such a mind, in whatever external situations, can live an extraordinary quality life within. It is the comparison, the sense of being competitive, that brings conflict, contradiction within, and we suffer. I am taking an extreme example. Extreme. Let's say I am dull, stupid, idiot, immature, not very intellectual, a very simple man, not good in playing guitar, dancing, music, painting, driving any vehicle, and all the fanciful things. And you being highly intellectual, very beautiful, and good in all these things. So what? Saying with humility. Why should I compare myself with you or anyone? There are different types of roses: red, white, yellow, black. Red one is the most famous one. Famous, made by human beings and not by nature, creation. So, red one is the most famous one. But that does not mean there are not other types of roses. Even the black rose goes through the processes of life to become a full-fledged flower. It has got its fragrance. The whole world might cling to only red rose, but that does not stop the black rose from going through the processes of life, becoming a full-fledged flower with its own beauty, spreading its fragrance. It's up to anyone who cares to look at it. And even if you don't care to look at it, it still blossoms with its own beauty, unaffected. Similarly, I am what I am. Why should I compare? I am an idiot, and I see that without anyone telling me. Is the seeing that I am an idiot idiocy? I am dull, and I see that. Is the seeing that I am dull dullness? Or is it intelligence? You see, the moment I see I'm an idiot, I'm no longer idiot. Intelligence is not just about finding out what I'm good at. Of course, one must do that. One must find out one's talent, what one is good at, and stick to it. But intelligence is also about finding out what I am not good at, because then I don't spend my life pleasing some bunch of people, conforming to these societies, trying to fit into these societies, trying to do what the society considers as right, wrong, good, bad, and so on. That saves my time and my energy. So, can the mind end comparisons, end all conflicts, contradictions within, naturally, effortlessly? Because we have seen the danger of it, the stupidity of it.